Dear friends, today we will speak about some laws of personal growth or principles. So some innovative strategies to keep developing yourself. Before you begin your journey, you need to know who you are and what you want. Personal development will not just happen by itself, and to be successful, we need to ask for help. Then you can become your own encourager, your own cheerleader. It's important to be patient because real development or growth is incremental and, we may say, not dramatic. To achieve your vision, what will help is that you are strategic and systematic. Then different difficult or painful experiences actually can propel your growth. Focus on developing your character and external success will follow. Then in order to win, you have to accept loss. To really grow, you need to contribute to the lives of others. So let's go one by one. These were a couple of points that we will discuss today. Learn innovative strategies to keep developing yourself. Everyone has experienced a need for personal growth at some point in their lives. So I believe you have also experienced this. And plenty of things prompt this, such as, for example, major life transition, a new professional challenge, or simply the desire to evolve as a person. Now, in order to develop ourselves, in order to grow, we need to leave our comfort zone. We can dream big and we can take some risks. Of course, dreaming alone isn't enough, as you know. And major change happens gradually over time through daily hard work and dedication. Nothing is an accident. Success is not an accident. And daily investment is a road to success. So success requires that you combine your big dreams with practical daily action. So we will speak here how to overcome challenges you accept, how to stay committed even during frustrating times when you don't seem to be making any progress. So here we speak about 10 or 15 principles of success, and they can be very valuable guide for you to actually make your dreams a reality. Then these principles can help you to stay mindful along the way and discover potential you didn't know you even have. So there is a couple of things, like, let's say there is 3 things also that we will discuss. Why painful losses can turbocharge personal growth. No growth happens without your community, and why you need to dream big but still be realistic. So before we begin our journey, uh, before you begin your journey, you need to know who you are and what you want first. You can't wander through the jungle without a map and expect to reach your destination. In the same way, you can't really grow unless you understand where you want to go. But for a lot of people, this is easier said than done. Knowing exactly where you want to go is not always obvious. So how can you find out? The best way is to really get to know yourself and what you want. That can be challenging to accomplish, of course. But if you ask yourself these key questions, you'll be on the right track. So here are a couple of questions that can help you succeed. First of all, ask yourself if you're happy with what you are doing right now. Does your work or service make you feel fulfilled and passionate or enthusiastic? Do you start the day with a spring in your step? Or are you lethargic, tired, and irritable? If it's the latter, you're clearly not doing what fulfills you. So, what will fulfill you? The answer to that question is as unique as your fingerprints. It is specific to your personality, your values, and your dreams. In order to identify it, you need to observe yourself closely. Notice when something makes you light up, moves you, or touches your heart, or gets you especially excited. So you can think about times in your life when you have felt useful and valued by the people around you. Once you have discovered what you want to do, then you can stop for a quick reality check. Where are you now? Where you want to go? Where you want to be? And is your dream achievable? So it's true that our dreams should take us beyond our current reality. This is why they are called dreams. But for example, if your dream is to be a professional basketball player and you hate exercising and have terrible coordination, then your dream is actually something else. It's called a fantasy. So this dream is obviously not realistic or not achievable. An achievable dream should line up with your talents and capabilities. When you have established what your dream is that your dream is potentially attainable, then you ask yourself the next question. Why do you want to do it? This is a really important question. You need to somehow unearth any hidden agendas that you may have. For example, if you say you want to do a PhD because you are passionate about learning, but in fact you just want to impress people, you will run into trouble. Now there is this motivation to impress people. It's probably not enough to get you through the grueling PhD program. And more importantly, you would be essentially doing it for someone else, which wouldn't make you happy in the long run. What you need to find is a passion that will make you happy just by pursuing it. So, service, activity, something you are very enthusiastic about. Now, personal development and personal improvement will not just happen by itself. So your hair grows by itself. We know that plants, they when they are given enough water and sunlight, they also grow by themselves. But personal, emotional, and spiritual growth is different. It doesn't just happen naturally over time. So just as plants require sunlight, similarly, personal growth requires intention, clear intention. So you need to think carefully what you want and what direction you want to go. And also what steps you need to take to get there. Now, intention also is not enough. You need to put your intention into practice by taking action. And not tomorrow, not the next month, when you have a gap in your calendar, but right now. This is where many people get stuck. They keep waiting for a mythical future moment when they will have enough money and time to actively pursue their goals. Or they wait until they feel motivated or inspired enough to begin. The problem with waiting for the right circumstances is that personal development can be scary. So you face many of your fears and have to deal with the discomfort of uncertainty and vulnerability. Most people have a tendency to avoid something that scares them. So that perfect moment when you feel like working on your self-development in this way never comes. So what to do to get past the fears that we have? Now we have to accept that this personal development or personal growth is actually many times uncomfortable, and that you will make a lot of mistakes along the way because you're attempting to do things that you've never done before. Once you accept this, you have to get started. Just do it. Even though you are short of money, have been looking after your kids all day, or really feel like curling up on the sofa in front of the TV or YouTube. So we say that motivation comes with action, not before action. In the same way, if you unwillingly drag yourself to the gym, but then come out radiant and motivated to exercise even more, you have to start working on your personal growth in order to get the motivation to continue. Another principle that we mentioned is to be successful, you need to ask for help. Knowing what you want isn't the same thing as knowing how to get it. Knowing that you want to build your dream house is a good start, but to get it built, you need blueprints. So once you know what you want, how do you get it? After all, starting a daunting project is hard. It certainly won't come naturally. One of the best ways to start is to ask for help. Others have struggled along the path before you, and they can support you. They can share their experience. They can encourage you. So speak about your goals, and even if it sometimes make you look foolish or vulnerable, sharing your vision with the world is a crucial first step toward making it real, making it happen. So to whom you can share your dreams, try to surround yourself with people who are committed to personal development as you are. you can be sure that people around you will have a big influence on your success. They will either lift you up and support you, or they will drag you down with their apathy and unhelpful criticism. Seek out people in your network who are curious, humble, and hungry to learn. When you found them, ask them to hold you accountable in setting and meeting goals that will get you closer to achieving your dream. Having to answer to other people is a powerful motivation for getting things done. So this is mutual accountability. Mutual accountability is a very powerful success tool. Then also what you can do is to look for people who are doing what you would like to do. Basically, who have experience and expertise in that area. So these people can be your teachers, they can be your mentors. And even if you cannot meet them face to face, you can actually learn about their work through their books, through their videos on YouTube. Maybe attend a seminar. So if you, for example, you would like to become like talk show host or interviewer, and maybe Oprah Winfrey is your inspiration, now you don't have to go to her house for lunch in order to learn from her. You can go online and watch her interviews. So studying the people who are doing what you want to do is one of the best ways to learn. So you find someone about whom you are thinking, I want to be like him or her. Sometimes you'll be very lucky and find someone who is prepared to intensively mentor you or coach you. Or you can seek for a coach, not just wait for the luck. And this is one of the best ways to learn, through coaching. So treasure your mentors, treasure your coaches. They can help you a lot. Respect their time by being nicely prepared for each and every session and ready to absorb as much knowledge as possible. Another principle is to become your own best cheerleader or encourager. So other people's help is very useful, but ultimately you need to support and encourage yourself. Of course, this is easier said than done. And often the loudest critic in our lives comes from within. Not everyone is naturally confident or driven. So growing up, many of us have even learned not to believe in ourselves. Instead, we were taught to question ourselves and our abilities. For those who grew up in an abusive environment, internal negative messages will be even louder. Learning to value yourself in spite of all the negativity you have internalized will not be easy, but it is possible and it is worthwhile. First, you should start listening to your own internal dialogue very carefully. What kind of things do you say about yourself or to yourself in your mind or in your head? Do you, for example, criticize yourself for never doing things well enough? Or chastise yourself when you make a mistake? If you bombard yourself with negative messages all day, it will be very hard to stay motivated and feel safe enough to take risks. So identifying these negative thoughts and beliefs is the first step toward changing them. So first one has to become aware, identify, discover these negative thoughts, negative beliefs, and limiting assumptions. Once you have done this, you can take the second step, the next step, beginning the work of change. When you catch yourself aiming a torrent of abuse at yourself for messing up, you can consciously change the narrative in your head or the story. Remind yourself that it's normal to make mistakes and that you are courageous for taking risks. It may feel unnatural at first, but with enough practice, it will become your second nature. Then third, you should stop comparing yourself to others. Your journey is unique, it's uniquely yours, and what other people do is just a distraction. You are the only one you need to compare yourself to. Make sure that you are living according to your own goals and values, and nobody else's. Take time to relish your own victories, big and small, and acknowledge what it costs you to get there. The fourth and final step is to take every chance you can get to contribute to other people's lives. Often when you are feeling very small and insignificant, you can't imagine that you can make a difference to someone else's life. But the act of getting out there and using your skills for helping others will not only be beneficial to the world, it will also give you new insight into what you are capable of doing. So we will stop here for now, and we will continue later with the second part of this discussion of different principles of personal development.